It's your boy KamsCorner, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most emotionally damaging roller coaster in the world, which is dating in 2025. Now the clowns aren't in the circus, they're in your DMs, and let's talk about why it doesn't feel like a romance movie anymore. It feels like a horror movie that you didn't sign up to be in. Now you have Tinder, Bumble, and everything in between. Black people meet, and it feels like you're playing Pokemon Go. You're just choosing from so many different options, and it just feels overwhelming. You're swiping for potential matches, but 80% of the people you pick are pretty much duds or some type of fake profile. It's all just garbage out there. Most of what you're picking through is literally trying to find a needle in a haystack. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's literally not worth it anymore. On the girl side, you see not looking for a hookup, single mom of two, just trying to explore and find myself. Nothing serious, but not willing to hook up. You have to take me on a date, must be 6'2". There's so many requirements, but then when you look at their profile, it doesn't match up. It's like, who are you looking for? The man you're trying to create does not exist, and if he does not exist for you. And on the guy side, you know, we got to do so much. Guys just fake flexing, trying to fake it till they make it, trying to trick girls into going on dates with them, and then getting upset when the girl realizes that it's a facade, and then you don't get anything at the end, and you're left holding the bill. It's just not making any sense. I even did a story about a guy who took a girl out on a Tinder date, took her to hibachi. He went on a date with her, mind you, with her. When the date came, she brought her best friend. When the bill came, she expected him to pay for all three of them. You know what he did? He got out of there faster than you can blink. He was out of there. And she was texting him, and she was upset that he did that. And some of the comments were like, hey, he shouldn't have walked out on the bill. But I think he was justified. I see girls doing it all the time. They go on a date with a guy that maybe doesn't match what she thought, and she just walks out on the bill. She just walks out on him. So I think all's fair in love and war. And that's why dating apps should come with some type of warning. May cause delusion, may cause your dopamine to go from here to here, back to here, like you're on a roller coaster. It should come with some type of warnings, and you definitely should have to take a mental exam before getting on there. The amount of crazy people that are on dating apps will make your head spin. The amount of people that I've heard being stalked, the amount of people that I've heard that are just constantly swiping. There's a guy that swiped on over 1 million people and only got 2 matches. If you're a woman and you match up with that guy is not going to be right in the head. There's no way you could swipe 2 million times and still keep swiping. At that point, you're insane. And you can't even text someone and be nice. If you text a girl and say, hey, good morning, beautiful, you're more likely to be ghosted for 2 days than for you to get beat up at a Trump rally. It's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Nowadays, you gotta be someone that you're not. You gotta put on a facade. When we grew up, we were used to hearing adults always tell us, hey, just be yourself and it will all work out. But when it comes to dating or dating apps in general, that is not the case. It's actually the opposite. The more you are yourself, the less successful you are going to be on there. It's just a fact. They don't leave you on red anymore. They just send you to the shadow realm to never be heard from again. And then maybe 3 months later, they might hit you back up and say, hey, oh, I didn't see this message, or they'll respond to you and act like nothing ever happened. And you'll be thinking to yourself, what type of human being can see a message, not respond for 3 months, and then respond as if nothing happened? It's just crazy. And that doesn't even apply to dating. I know men and women that specifically do this, that will see your message and respond multiple days later. I understand a couple hours later, but I've seen and heard of people that do it multiple days later. It's not just in the dating. I think people in general were just screwed up now. Let's talk about red flags. Now you see a girl that says, I don't like drama. You already know that she's into drama. You see a guy that says alpha male, you already know that he's full of crap. It's getting kind of obvious for some people, but a lot of people are still not hip to what's going on. They still don't understand exactly what's going on. When people say I got lover vibes and I like to be treated, I like my love language is gifts and gift giving and whatever. Just nonsense. Everyone's just lying and saying a bunch of BS to make themselves sound good, but they don't actually believe anything they're saying. And we know this because the most important thing when it comes to dating is not whether you are rich or what. Well, as a guy that does count, but it's not really whether you're a good person. It's mostly if you are attractive. That's what it comes down to. People may not like it, but that's what they mean. When they say I'm looking for somebody that's well-spoken and educated, they really mean well-spoken, educated, and handsome. When they say they're looking for a girl that is calm, they really mean calm and attractive. Because they're not going to date Precious at 325 pounds because she's calm and attractive. Hell no. They would rather deal with a toxic woman than deal with an overweight woman that's calm, like they would say they want. So let's be real here. And nowadays, because of social media, it's really messed up the game also. Now, if you even get past the Tinder, you get past the Bumble, you get past the Hinge, now you have a girlfriend. So we've made it, guys, right? Hell no, you didn't make it. Because now, social media ruined the game. Now you go online and you may like a girl's photo, and your girlfriend will be like, hey, why did you like Jessica's bikini photo? But then your girlfriend is also posting bikini photos for other guys to like. So she doesn't want you to like other girls' bikini photos because she thinks that girl's trying to get your attention and you're liking her, the attention that she's giving. But then she's also posting the same photos that she's complaining about you liking. It's all like a big circle of nonsense. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing to like a girl's photos. I don't really care personally. But at the end of the day, social media just makes dating so much harder. It makes it almost impossible. Because now there's so much choice. You see a relationship on social media and you think that's what your relationship's supposed to be. You see a girl, for example, cooking a 5-star meal for her boyfriend, but you don't see the fights that they have in the background, and you expect your girlfriend to be cooking you 5-star meals when you probably don't even have a job, or you probably have zero in savings and you're not even a man worth cooking for in the first place. And then it goes the other way too. You see girls online complaining, oh, I wish my man did this. I wish my man bought me a $15,000 ring. He only bought me a $3,000 ring. But nobody shows you that this girl's being cheated on for that $15,000 ring. And we're only seeing the best parts of somebody's life, which makes your relationship hard because you see the actual reality of your relationship, and you don't get to just live in the highlights. It's called the real world. My opinion is, number one, you got to set the vibe. Meaning, you have to be the leader in your relationship if you're a guy. And if you're a girl, get a guy that's worth following. If you're a guy, do not set expectations that you cannot keep up with. Do not go out there and take your girl to Ruth Chris, take her to Louis, take her to Coca-Cola, whatever expensive restaurant is. Don't start that way. And that's not saying you got to do a cheap date, but there's things you could do in between. I know people don't like the Cheesecake Factory, but that's a great option. Cheesecake Factory is low-key kind of expensive. I went there with my girl and it's about $150 for 2 people. Easily. And that's just you getting drinks, an entree, and desserts, $150. So that's not a cheap date. But you could take your girl way more places and not spend a bunch of money. I think you're better off if you want to spend $300 on a date. You and your girl, take her to the casino and go spend some money. People love the casino. And you can probably spend $150. Let her play some slots, have some drinks, and you'll have way more fun. You got to think outside of the box. Because what happens is, as men, when you set that high expectation, she's going to expect that consistently. And don't complain. She has every right to. You can't start here and then slowly go downwards. You need to start here and go upwards. And to be fair, if she really likes you, and the women in the comment section could tell me if I'm lying, if she really likes you, you could take her to McDonald's and she'll vibe with you. She will. If she doesn't really like you, she expects you to spend a bunch of money. You do not have to spend a bunch of money to date. So all in all, set the right expectations. So all in all, dating is pretty messed up in 2025, but if you stay grounded, become a well-rounded person, you should be able to make it through and find somebody. But I would say the longer you wait, I think the worse off your options are going to be. So until you find the right person, make sure you stay social. Try to find things in real life that you could do to meet actual people and get to know them. Meet people through friends of our friends. That's a great way of meeting people. But until then, just keep working on yourself and make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Do not treat me like a side chick. If you have any other opinions, put it in the comment section below and I'll make sure to answer. Again, this is KamsCorner. Again, do not treat me like a side chick. If you do, you will be bald in 2026. And if you're a woman, you'll be bald too. So you'll be wearing a wig. I'm KamsCorner and I'm out.